We'll learn halacha. Al Terah B'Shulchan Aruch, the laws of Shabbos, section 305, halacha number 11. Mutar litem redas al chamer. It is permitted to place a saddle blanket on a donkey. It says in 27, even though this involves a certain amount of exertion for the owner, it is permitted to do so to alleviate the donkey's suffering because of the cold. Since the saddle blanket benefits the donkey, it is not forbidden for the person to carry it, even though there is room to consider the blanket as an article that is used for a forbidden purpose. See Tehillah LeDavid 3057. So, it is permitted to place a saddle blanket on a donkey in a courtyard because of the cold, provided the donkey does not go out. Provided the donkey does not go out wearing the blanket, since it is forbidden to tie one to the donkey on Shabbos. Why? Because we are concerned that the blanket may fall and the owner may carry it as stated in that source. It is forbidden to place a saddle blanket on a horse or any other animal in all situations, even in a courtyard, because it appears that one is trying to load the animal with a burden. Moreover, doing so involves exerting oneself for no purpose, because the animal is not pained by the cold. Sure, it would feel pleasure from the warmth of the saddle blanket. Nevertheless, our sages did not permit one to exert himself for the pleasure of an animal only to prevent its pain, like that of donkeys that suffer pain from the cold even during the hottest days of the summer. A similar leniency applies even for a horse during times of severe cold, when we see that it is suffering discomfort because of the cold in the summer as well. If there are numerous flies that cause a horse discomfort, the laws applying to donkey apply to the horse as well, and it is permitted to place a saddle blanket on it. It is, however, forbidden to place a saddle on a donkey because it does not warm it, as we mentioned yesterday. The saddle itself does not warm the donkey. The saddle blanket does. Needless to say, this applies to a horse or other animals, since they do not require warmth at all. When there is a saddle or a saddle blanket on an animal on Shabbos, it is forbidden to remove it, regardless of whether the animal is a donkey, a horse, or another animal, because it involves exerting oneself needlessly, even when a donkey comes from a journey on which it wearied itself, and it is necessary to remove the saddle to cool it off. The owner should not remove it by hand, even though the donkey suffers some discomfort from the warmth of the burden of the saddle. Nevertheless, it will cool off naturally when it rests, because a donkey is by nature cold even during the hottest part of the summer. If the owner wishes to enable the donkey to cool off immediately, he should release the rope with which the saddle is fastened from under the donkey, and then lead the donkey to and fro in the courtyard until the saddle falls off of its own accord. Welcome to you.